who are working, they are paid their dues. To get to someone like a Saraki, you think it's beans? To get to someone like a Tinubu, you think it's beans? Didn't Tinubu learn from Abiola? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? The private sector, you think it's beans? Look at Uncle Bolaji, look at my pops, look at your dad. Did he become a lawyer in a day? We have not paid our dues. A lot of us in our generation, we have not paid our dues for Jack, myself included. Do you understand? So we need to invest at least 10 years, brother. This guy was listening to one video Aliko said. He said he knew that he said, man, this next 13 years of his life, he's ready to suffer, to just grind, to just work. No holiday. He didn't go for holiday for 13 years. We 1 year, we go do NYC. I'm tired. May I go London, chill 2 weeks. Myself included. So until we can all come together and say, this guy, let's work. Look at Dubai. I'm in Dubai with my friend. My friend was telling me how these guys work here. Everybody is well behaved. Everybody is working. Everybody is doing what they need to do to move forward. So until we can really tackle the problem, we don't want to tackle that real problem. We go out, we are so happy with ourselves, we're popping champagne. You know how much of that money is going back to France? LVMH, Dom Perron, Moet, they're all the same company. How much of that is going back to France? We don't know. We're funding economies in other countries and we're partying. We're wearing Gucci, someone else's brand. It's owned by one man. So until we can tackle the real issue, but it's because we don't want to. We're not ready for the truth. We say we want change, but we don't really want it. Because if you want change, you tackle the real issue. Selves, brother, let me not lie to you. The real issue is ourselves. God has given us everything. I was speaking to Popsy. I said, Dad, what are your views on this whole thing? He said, well, you guys have something that we don't have. Technology. We have the technology. What are we using it for? It's porn that we're watching. Is Instagram that we're spending 5 hours of our day on Instagram? How many of us have really sat down on the internet? Do you know what the internet has? Do you know how many books I've downloaded on the internet? And I've not even finished all of them. Netflix and chill.
But wait, so I was going to add when you spoke about this video.
This one.
Bro, there's a video that's really good on Netflix, this series about the Nigerian colony, man. It's fucking amazing. Yeah, like watching that in line with this. So I wanted, I'm using both videos, the YouTube one of African Development, and this, to just start doing my own history lesson to really understand. And this guy, I'm only in episode 2. Bro, my mind, episode 3 now, it's just started. Okay, now, I'll probably a little bit into episode 3, where Lord Lugard has conquered the north. This guy, and they just made Nigeria amalgamated. Yo, that stuff is deep, man. And it makes me go back to spiritual stuff, man. You know, the way you start something determines the way the thing will finish. You know, and, even the whole process of how the thing develops. Nigeria started as business. It was just they brought us together so that they can take from us. So how do you think all of a sudden, that thing, that intention, that energy was not from us? We didn't want to be together. We're all different people. And they brought us together.
Yes. But they brought all of us together.
They brought all of us together. That is, I can't give you a very, very valid opinion yet. Or not, I can give you an opinion, but it won't be to my satisfaction. But where I am now, I'm like, how can this thing turn out well? How could they expect it to turn out well? The guy just literally shed some gems. Nigeria means nigger area. Niger comes as in is the name for the black man. It's Greek for Negro. Niger. Nigger area, Nigeria. Bruh.
Nigger area, that's what it means.
Even a name that insult. How is that? It's like if somebody's name is Happy or Success, and then you name your other child Failure. And then you start vexing 20 years later that, look, Success, you're a success. But you, Failure. Failure, you're a failure. Why are you a failure? You call him Failure, his vibration. As what he hears every day. What when they call Success, he can never answer. It's Failure that is his name. But anyway, that one are just spiritual perspective to the OP, because now all perspective we go use look at.
It's spiritual.
We guys use different perspective. Look,
it's spiritual, but let me tell you something. It's spiritual, but let me tell you something. If we have a leader that comes up to say we need to change our name because that's not our name. That name was not given to us. for a good reason. It was given to, sorry, that name was not from us. That name was given to us. And it was given to us by slave owners. Do you know how many people changed their last name because they had slave names? Why did Fela change his last name? Why did Cassius Clay, why did Muhammad Ali change his last name? Because those words are powerful. Why did Ralph Lauren change his last name? So if we have a leader that comes out and say, look, based on the history, based on education, we need to change our last name. Because every time you're calling us Nigerians, every time you say Nigeria, it has a negative connotation. And it's not said, it's not used in a powerful way. Every time the West call us Nigerians, they're saying it in a very derogatory way, in a condescending way, because we don't even know. We say it proudly, we're Nigerians. But they have that information that the name Nigeria means something else. And they make a mockery out of us all the time. So that information, I won't lie, man, is beyond just education. What we need is exposure. You see the way you watch that, that's the sort of education we need to give Nigerians. It's like we just need to open big screens, show them videos of Dubai, how Dubai was built, show them videos of their history, how we used to live before the West were. Not for them to be going back to school and be reading 1+1. Where 1+1 gets us to right now. We need exposure, my brother, let me not lie to you. Even the fact that there's education came from the West. How many of us know how to speak our language? But it is to understand the history, Julius Caesar, we can recite it. We know Romeo and Juliet. We need our own form of education. Had it was through art. What the West call art is what we used to call documentation. We used to document our history. There was no form of education back then. It's through stories. It's through documentation, through building things, art. You build a stool, you write about your ancestors. Clothing. That's how they used to communicate before. Go and read about the Egyptians. They used to communicate on walls. There was no school. This idea of education is from the West. That we must be educated. Because when you educate someone, you're removing something that they already had that is God-given, and you're giving them your own thing. How can you win at their game? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? We need to have our own form of education. Yes, we're independent. We're not independent, brother. We're not. We're far from it.
Bro.
We can start doing our own things and we don't desire the things of the West.
I think a good book recommendation is that one that you and I spoke about, The Miseducation of the Negro, Carter G. Woodson. I think that's something we need to people need to look into, man.
Let me open that book, The Miseducation of Negro.
You sent it to me, Maji. You remember?
Yeah, I know. I want to open it. I remember.
When you control a man's thinking, you do not have to worry about his actions. Believe. Thank you, One Voice Nation, for listening to this episode of the One Voice Niger podcast. And a special thank you to Sese for taking time out to talk to us. You can follow Sese on his Instagram at SeCraftman. That is se.craftman. And you can also follow his business page at Sese Africa. So again, thank you for tuning in, One Voice Nation. Do tune in for coming episodes, which are sure to be very informative. Be informed, be heard.
Thank you for listening to One Voice Niger podcast. For more info, check out our Instagram page at One Voice Niger podcast and our YouTube page at One Voice for more. Thank you. Be informed, be heard.